Our show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a good one for you all tonight. We're going to talk about our top five. We're going to talk about games we saw this past weekend. And we're going to do our picks. You guys know I can't do it without my two partners in crime from CrescentCitySports.com. We got the one and only VK Jones. What's up, VK?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Like, tag, share, subscribe to the Hash It Out Show, all social media platforms. We're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitter. And also log on to the hashitoutshow.com. We definitely appreciate your support. We are rolling, we've been rolling, and we continue to need your support to what we're doing and what we're continuing to do. And it looks like we got something going now with our game of the week that it's going to be much, much better this time going forward. So we definitely appreciate the patience, and we have a good show tonight.
And we got the one and only George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, JB, VK, and look out. Hey, Edgar, Louisiana, we're on y'all on notice. We're coming to you Friday night for our Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. Riverside, West St. John, old rivalry renewed. Going to be fun times. I'll say this, though. This game is going to take way longer than what we had last Friday night. That's for sure, considering. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a lot more games, picks, games that we saw, especially the Hauntville game last week that VK and I covered. And we were talking pre-show what VK just mentioned. I'm looking forward to Friday night. The other thing, Jared, is those rides down. Last Friday, VK and I had a spirited discussion about a topic, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some other topics coming up. By the way, you haven't endorsed a person on your side, VK, about that discussion, and it's not me. Put it this way: it's somebody very close.
Yeah, he told you to be quiet yesterday about it. He got all defensive, man.
Yeah, he got vicious. I was like, man, I thought he was going to throw me out and do the game by himself.
And he gonna throw you through the camera last night.
Yeah, I know. But look, it's gonna be a great show tonight again. It's gonna be fun times. And look, you should be in a jovial mood. The Yankees are up 2-0. My Mets are about to try to go up 2-1 tonight. Life is good, right?
That's right,
That's
baby.
what's up.
Oh, Yankees.
Subway Series, live it and love it, boys. Live it and love it. Subway Series coming up.
All right, let's get right to it.
Go
Go ahead, interrupter. Go ahead, interrupter. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And all I know y'all feeling too good right now, but at the same time, I know one proclamation I made and it's coming through right now. All it need is two more. Two more. That's all. Two more. And man, like I said,
Excuse me. I'm just looking at the comments, and I'm looking at Shelby Boyle with this last one with the how VK gets crunk with the play-by-play. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
thank you, Shelby. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm more like a Gus Johnson. I like to bring the story into the story, but not just that. I like to make things exciting. That's what I do. I always want to make it interesting more than anything else, so people can come and watch and stay watching. Because sometimes they might make a pass, go to another game, but come back. Just come back because I know this you want some more. So that's what it is, man. And our viewership has been crazy, crazy. I think we had a mad comeback last week, right, Jared? On our numbers,
Yeah, we did. Definitely.
we
Yeah.
made a mad
Shout out,
comeback
shout
last week.
out to Hornville, Thibodeau, and everybody else who watched. Our good friend Devin, he said, be easy on his Thibodeau Tigers, number one, George. And number two, he says VK Johnson. Oh boy, yeah. Give VK name credit what it is.
It'll be what it'll be, right? But look,
Yeah,
listen. I don't know if it was an anomaly last Friday. If we're going to start with that game, but Thibodeau just honestly, and I mentioned this on the broadcast early with VK. Uh, they looked overwhelmed at the point of attack. In the trenches, they just were severely outmatched, and it's an improved football team. But Hahnville is look, y'all. Hahnville's the real deal. Nick Campbell. I know we made fun of you during the preseason when you said they would beat Destrehan. But dude, what I saw last Friday, I'm not going to overreact. And Jackson Fields is back. Boy, that sets up for a Titanic showdown when they get together. Is that week 9 or 10?
Week 9.
week 9. All I'm saying is this: for week 9, me and VK are on Destrehan's media pass list. I think we have a +1, so I think we should all go to
That
that game
game is a Saturday,
It's a Friday.
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 Yeah,
Or,
we broadcasting for week 9 on Saturday, so we can make that run.
so Friday we're free. Okay, that Friday we're free.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
We
DC.
we would love to make that the doubleheader game of the week, but I don't know if that's going to
Oh
happen.
no, there's some and some entities that might preclude that. So we'll
Yeah,
just
we'll try and see what we can do. But TC, look, when I get to your game, I'm gonna
oh,
bring you in and give you your
he's here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, he's there. There he
That's
is.
my boy. That's
TC
my boy.
showed
Go ahead, TC Bezos.
up, man. After week. Nah, TC.
Sorry, TC.
But
You got to
TC
get
said they
it,
about to
dog.
bounce back on DJ One and them. He about to bounce back. They gonna bounce back. It's St. James homecoming this week. 35 come to town. Woo! I think it's gonna be
That's
Mm.
a
on
nice
our game
long
list
game.
too. I think right.
I think it was on our game list. Yeah,
35 and James. Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, TC, how you like that truck last Friday night? That green truck that ran over you in that second half. Just saying.
Come meet A Shelby, bro. We we gonna be there early enough. We gonna eat somebody.
Yeah, be down there for 4. Got to be down there for 4 at
Nah,
least.
4:30, 4:30, 4:30.
4:30. Oh, he trying to be conservative, sir.
Nah, I know
Gotcha.
this. I know this. Trust me.
So do I.
If it's gonna be what it used to be, no later than 4:30. You gotta be there.
That's the man. He is a honorary citizen of St. Charles Parish,
That's right.
so he knows.
I know.
I
Trust me.
I trust him on that. I first went to a Destrehan Hanville game, knowing a couple people that went to Hanville, and then all of a sudden, when me and JB finally started being tight a little bit and everything, and we went to a couple of them together, and he was like, "Man, look, it's this time," and he showed me some things that I didn't know. So straight up, that man, if he knows, we went to both at Hanville and at Destrehan. He knows the back roads, all that stuff.
Look, I've covered that rivalry too for Kenny, and it's one of the greatest atmospheres in the state of Louisiana. There is no doubt. And now with the importance of the game elevating week by week, you got Jackson Fields back healthy for Destrehan. Hahnville is doing their thing. Greg Boyne's doing a wonderful job. Might be coach of the year in that district. Listen, that might get to elite status as far as game of the one of the games to be at, and it'd be an honor to be there for sure with y'all. I
All
just
right,
got to do some workarounds.
definitely. Let me read a couple Instagram stuff, then we get into a couple of games.
Okay.
Davion asks, Eric will beat Bonnable. Okay, all right, that may happen. And here's Mitch trying to keep rubbing my wounds are healed, Mitch. I want to let you know. Okay, so this is bouncing off my skin. All right, what up, fellas? Raider pride. Shout out to the Rumble Raiders though for sure. Number love to the Rumble Raiders. Rumble Raiders. You know, I only showed my dislike towards Rumble the week of the megaphone. After that, it's all good. And you got to remember, my cousin Logan Diggs did play for Archbishop Rumble. All right, guys, moving on. Yeah, TC, we know you weren't there. You had your own thing to do. I got it. But you could have been there and y'all still would have lost. That's all I'm saying, TC. But I'm going to let
He
you
wouldn't have
talk.
made up 21. He wouldn't have made up 21 points. I even said it on the show that they'd lose by 21.
Yep.
I said it on the show that 21 points was the margin. And what happened? 35-14. But
Yep.
see, I ain't gonna say nothing. I know what I want to say, but I don't want this man mad at me. I was gonna say, you know, VK picked St. James. I think that put the gree on him too.
That's last week. Let's move on.
I
I
know.
want y'all
Let's do
to
it.
quickly to talk about the game y'all saw, Hornville versus Thibodeau. Quickly, VK.
Okay.
I tell you, straight domination by Honville. Straight domination from the jump. They made a lot of big plays. They really just the quarterback London Teague showed a lot, and I mean, looked like Honville has a very good quarterback. And then Calvin Smith, I mean, ran the ball well, but credit that offensive line. The offensive line of Honville really, really looks good. They're in mid form and their defense, especially on the multiple scoreboard, a lot of speed and a lot of power. So this Honville team could be really, 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 really dangerous going forward. And then on top of that, they have a great chance, and I hate to say it, a great chance to win the district championship.
All right.
I
Mr.
would
George Peppers, your
I
thoughts on the
wouldn't hate to
game?
say
Anyone
it,
else?
VK. Listen. I wouldn't hate to say it. Listen, that's a very good football team. The diversity they showed last Friday and how they won that ball game and really just dominated from jump. You know, when it got to 14-0, I turned to you during the break and I said, VK, I'm not liking where this is going. This might snowball. I turned to you and said that. I said this might be a quickie. And sure enough, I don't know about that, DJ. We'll talk about that later. Um, but Hahnville is a team that I don't think they've peaked. I think there's more to give. I feel like that's a team there weren't a lot of gaps in their performance last Friday, but there were some. You know, defensively, the fourth quarter, what I did see, Thibodeau got two long touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and Hahnville, whether it was soft coverage or whatever you want to attribute it to, VK, I mean, it's still there. And that's something that Coach Boyden, sure, look, coaches nitpick all the time, and I'm pretty sure they're going to correct that. Hahnville's a team that's got more to give, and this is a team. Their upside is scary. Are they non? I think they're non-select, right?
Yeah,
Not
non-select. Yeah.
non-select.
Division One non-select.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't know if they match up with a Ruston or somebody like that, but boy, Hahnville could be playing on Thanksgiving, and that would be. I don't know about that,
Oh,
Austin.
like
What's
they like they're supposed to be all the time. But
exactly?
but
It's normal, not an anomaly. It's supposed to be
yeah,
normal.
if it don't happen this year, that's okay. But years to come need to be happening.
They'll be in a dome. Not this year, but they'll be in a dome.
Let's let's I'm gonna talk about Shaw St. James right quick. And I was disappointed with Shaw in the first half because, to be honest with you, and no disrespect to St. James at all, but Shaw should have put their foot on St. James early in that game. That game should have been over with in the first half. Shaw's O line and D line should have had their way with St. James O line and D line. The size comparison is not even a comparison. Shaw was just so much bigger. And two turnovers is what St. James scored off of. And then it's halftime is 14-14, and I'm sitting there like this game shouldn't even be like this, shouldn't even be this close. And then what you saw in the second half was pure domination. They got their minds right, and they just dominated St. James. Now, but I will tell you this: this St. James team, yeah, Austin, exactly. They should have won by 35. Totally agree. But I will say this: St. James in Division III non-select, they are getting better and better every game. That is a young team with freshmen and sophomores all around. They're getting better and better every game. And it's a team that you might want to stay away from in the playoffs. Just being honest with you. And now they got another big test coming up with McDonough 35 that we're going to talk about later. But I think they need to try to get the ball more into Josias Villanueva's hands. That's their wide receiver. This sucker fast as hell. They need to give him the ball a little bit more. He's a playmaker. They got a good running back, number 5. I forgot his name. But St. James will be fine, but Shaw should have dominated this game. Now, we're going to move on to another game that we saw. I'm going to let VK go first. Riverdale, John Ehret. With Riverdale winning in overtime. I know, George, you don't want to hear this again, but we got to do it. VK, I'll let you go first. And then Shelby, when we finish, I'll answer your question.
One of the most epic, I hate to say it, one of the most epic games we've seen most of the season, especially what we broadcast.
Yeah, Mitch, he sure is.
It was very, very epic in itself. It was neck and neck throughout. Riverdale was really confident from their first drive. They got to the red zone. They didn't score the touchdown, but they got the field goal. Aaron went right down and scored, but then all of a sudden, Riverdale comes right back down, scored, took the lead. When I seen that, I just knew right there, this is going down to the wire because Riverdale is not going to let Ehret have it. But for them to continue and that defense of Riverdale, that was the key too. You have to think, Ehret scored 21 in the first half, held to 6 in the second, including overtime.
2 field goals.
2 field goals. I tell you one thing, this Riverdale team is continuing to improve, continuing to get better and better, and for them to have the wherewithal to overcome all the past ghosts in the past that they never beaten Ehret, for them to come up big, even on a lucky bounce, to win the ball game. Because remember, on the snap, he fumbled and picked it up and then threw it. But huge for Riverdale to win it. And for Wallace Foster and his squad, I'm telling you, Riverdale is going to be dangerous down the line. And Riverdale controls their own destiny. Still a long way to go, but they control their own destiny with a chance to win the district. And I hate to say it, Jefferson Parish District right now, to be honest, the East Bank, for the first time since the early 90s, is starting to make a run.
I'm going to say this. I'll be quick with it. The adjustments Riverdale made in the third quarter, and for the second half, let me say that, for the second half, forcing Silas Rule to throw 3 interceptions, and they just came after him. They came after him, blitzing him, forcing him to throw the ball early. And then for them to capitalize off of those turnovers, to force into overtime was something else. It's just something you never saw from a Riverdale team. And it's still shocking to see Riverdale actually beat John Ehret. This is something we've never seen. Most of us never thought of. And I think we all 3 of us here said that Ehret will win the district, but Riverdale would be a challenge. Not saying Riverdale would have beaten them. Well, they did that. And Riverdale right now controls its own destiny to be district champions. All right. Let's answer Shelby Boyle's question right quick, and then we're gonna move to our top 5. You never hear us say this about Shaw's strongest team. Shaw had in a while. We all agree, I think. My question is, so you're asking, is this Shaw's strongest team? I would say last year was stronger. I would say last year was stronger. I think defensively they were better last year too. Just couldn't stop the run to the outside. This year, defensively not as good as last year, but I think with the Lafayette schools being now being
Division
out,
1.
yeah, and 2 to Division 1, one going down to Division 3. I think it's wide open for Shaw or St. Charles Catholic, U High, Kennedy to actually make it to the Dome. So I think Shaw's chances to the Dome are still good, as I predicted before the season. They just got to be able to stop the running game. Passing defensively, they have been good. Pass stopping the pass, and the car did get a couple touchdown passes, but mainly in the car ran the ball on Shaw. So defensively, passing wise, they've been good, but the the running game it's gotten better. I will say that, but there's still some kinks in it. VK.
I can definitely agree. I think everything you're saying is absolutely right. Absolutely right. I definitely think Shaw is continuing to get better, and I'm starting to be really convinced that now Shaw is starting to get on their grind. But this game coming up on Friday, you talking about litness, and it can really step it up now more than anything else. If they win on Friday against Walker, look out. If they win against a very experienced Walker team, that I believe are they still undefeated or one loss
No, they
on the year?
lost.
They 4-2.
Four
They
and two
got
now.
lost.
They're 4-2.
Four and
They
two now.
lost last week.
Okay, they played a real tough schedule. So 4-2, still a good team. If they can get by Walker and they get that win, Shaw is going to be really, really something dangerous. They're already a team that can make it in the dome, but now they're about to have some momentum going into their district. So it's going to be huge for Shaw if they get that win on Friday night.
George, you want to say something about Shaw right quick?
Sure. I
Question.
actually wanted to say something about the Patriots and the Riverdale game, but I'll
Okay, all
defer.
right, go ahead.
Listen, the only thing I'm going to say is that when we had Wallace Foster on the show last week, after the interview, what did I say in the chat? I say, there's something they've never had before. He instilled a strong conviction that that team could win that football game. And even at halftime, when Everett had the lead, you guys did the game, and I unfortunately had to get kept, for work and all, but so I wasn't able to listen. With that said, Riverdale made the proper adjustments. Where were the counter adjustments? That to me was like, man, you left your quarterback on an island. Silas Rude throws three interceptions. One wasn't his fault. It was, I think, one went off an errant player or something like that. But it's like, Eric, you're supposed to every time play Riverdale, you're supposed to win. And I'm 54. Full disclosure. Never in my lifetime did I think that team, that Riverdale school, would find athletes enough to win a football game against John Eric. From when I went to school, from you guys' school years, that Riverdale team, look, gritty and everything else, but they don't have the athletes and the depth that Eric does. What that really is saying now is that John Eric has hit rock bottom. Now, on to Shaw. Before the year started, I picked Shaw to get to the Dome and win it. And I think I had JFK with them in the Superdome. JFK can still get there, but the road just got tougher with what happened last week with the forfeitures that they incurred. With that said, Shaw's team last year, I 100% agree with you, Jared. They were better last year. If that team was playing this year, they'd be a lock for the Dome. They would be a severe lock for the Superdome. As it stands, Jesper Parker is starting to get off and do what Jesper Parker does best, and that's clobber defenses. Mason Wilson got to be a little more, got to get more accurate a little bit defensively. They're growing. Um, Shaw plays Walker. VK, you're right. Walker's going to be a tough challenge. I think Walker gives them a fight, a good fight. I won't say who I'm picking. And the best thing that can happen for Shaw, you got Walker this week, and I think St. Charles is next week.
No, we got Kendall
Week 10.
Discovery next week.
Enter Discovery, okay, but that's still an improved team. But that's a game Shaw should win easy. And look, we love you, Coach Brunk, but Shaw should win that game. The best thing is 3 of their last 4 games are against teams that are strong, and that's going to playoff prep you. It's going to get you set. This is a young team in big spots, but games like that, the importance and the weight cannot be understated. Those are the kind of games that help Shaw get to the playoff. Not get to the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs, but prep themselves to make a big run. And without Lafayette Christian, without Turlings, without St. Thomas More, not going to say the road gets easier, but I do think Shaw has the temerity and the talent and the coaching. I think is what's going to get them there. I think Hank Tierney, look, he's an icon. He's a legend. I think this team, who this team resembles to me? The 21 Ponchatoula team that got to the Dome. They were young too, but they grew as the season went along, and they found a run in the playoffs, and they got to the dome. They didn't win it. They battled Zachary. Damn, I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Go ahead,
All
man.
right.
Finish up.
All
Finish
right.
off.
I was gonna say this team reminds me of the Ponchatoula team in the way the character of that team is. They had some bumps and bruises early. I mean, Carr dominated y'all, but Carr's gonna do that to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Jesuits next. But I think this team resembles that Ponchatoula team. They're gritty, they're hard nosed, and they're getting better. They're not peaked yet. They have not peaked at all. Shaw's best games are still in front of them. I think they're going to be a very dangerous prospect in these Division Two playoffs. And the best thing that can happen, like I said, Walker, Belchase, and St. Charles, three tough opponents, three winnable games. Kenner Discovery is a winnable game too. But those are the kind of games that get you set for the playoffs. And I think Sean will be set just fine.
I'm gonna say this about John Ehret before we move on. John Ehret needs to win out to have a chance to make the playoffs. Still,
They're not. I mean,
still a chance.
even if they
Still a
win out,
chance.
they're not going to make it.
It's a chance. We'll go over
Yeah,
power
but
rankings.
the power they're fourth from the bottom. They would have to make up a ton of positions. I don't know if there's enough power points out there for them to get there. They may win out. You're right, but they're fourth from the bottom in Division One select. And even if they win out, their opponent's strength of schedule is not going to be enough.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
And actually, right now, you look at the power rankings; they are 34.
Out of 37, I think, right? VK or 38,
24, 24,
34,
right?
24 go.
24 go. 24 go. There are 34 in the power rankings on the power rankings this week. They are 34.
Ooh, okay, yeah. They need some help, and they got to win.
And the cutoff point is 23-24, and it's held by 23 West Jefferson, 24 Bonneville.
West Jeff, a team that has 3 shutout losses to their ledger, and they're in the playoffs.
It's possible. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the top 5. Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. I will go first with mine. All right, there it is. My list did not change, ladies and gentlemen. And the car still number 1, Ruston 2, Neville 3, Alexandria 4, Central of Baton Rouge number 5. My list did not change. And the car, the big win over Brother Martin. Ruston, 1-point victory over Washita. Missed extra point by Washita. Neville, big win over Pineville. Alexandria, big win over West Monroe, a 10-point win. And Central of Baton Rouge, a little bit of a fight, 24-6 win over Woodlawn. That's my top 5. Moving on, we're going to go to Georgia's top 5.
Oh, I get the music. Sweet.
I cut it off.
I know.
George has Ruston number 1. And the car, he has them at number 2. Did you move Edna Carr up this week?
No, they stayed
last
2.
week. Okay.
Yeah, because Neville had that close call with Sterlington. That's why I moved Carr up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yours stayed the same too.
Yes, it did.
Neville 3, Alexandria 4, Mandeville number 5. And then we go to our good guy, Hill VK. And there's his top 5. Ruston still number 1 for VK. Edna Carr number 2 for VK. Alexandria, that's the one you moved up, right, VK?
Actually, I want to apologize. I did have them 3 the week before. I kind of mistimed everything, so I want to apologize for you for that. It is same top 5 as last week, so especially Alexandria with the win against West Monroe had to keep them at 3 because that's outstanding, and it's a historic win, first win ever for Alexandria over West Monroe in the regular season.
They do have a victory over them in the playoffs back in 2020.
But yes, they do. COVID year.
COVID year, yep. When they went to the championship. Neville 4, Central of Baton Rouge 5. So all our top 5 stays the same. We don't really have nothing bad to say about anybody's top 5. So we're gonna move on from there, ladies and gentlemen. Stop sharing the screen. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's time to pick some games. As George and VK are still chasing me as I have won 6 weeks in a row and still is in first place. And Austin Tyler's there with the fan side, whipping all y'all. So we're going to take a quick commercial break right here on the Hash It Out Show.
Welcome to Bayou AV Security. My name is Rusty Mathern, proud owner and operator. We specialize in providing top-notch audio solutions, advanced security cameras, reliable internet services, and stunning permanent holiday lighting. At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. We are locally owned and conveniently located on the West Bank. As a fully licensed business, we take pride in delivering quality service you can trust. You can see our exceptional work showcased in the Parade of Homes. Experience the Bayou difference firsthand. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy, joined by VK Jones and George GP Peppers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, our game of the week that you catch on JB the Sports Guy YouTube page. The West St. John Rams taking on the Riverside Rebels. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. VK Jones and George Peppers on the call. George called it Eggert. I ain't never heard it that way ever in my life until George said that. Eggert. I always heard Edgard.
Guard.
Edgard. George is like Eggert. I get what he's talking about. I get him though. All right, here we go. Let's do the picks, George. You ready?
Whenever you are, I'm going to write them as we go.
Let's do it. Here we go. We're going to start on the North Shore. A-Meat traveling to Pine. Can A-Meat get the job done over Pine this year? I will sit here, as I fix my mic, I will sit here and say, no. I have Pine defeating A-Meat. VK Jones.
Whew. Interesting in itself. Pine has been really, really consistent, very, very good. A-Meat, they're at the 14th spot in the power rankings and looking to try to move up. It's a tough one here, especially with A-Meat. And they had to go to Pine last year. It's the new realignment, and you have to fall where you had to fall. And it's too bad that A-Meat has to go up there again. But you know what? I love what Pine is doing, but I gotta go with the A-Meat Warriors. I have to go with A-Meat. I really think A-Meat's gonna get the payback and have the chance to win the district championship.
All right. He has A-Meat. Who you got, George?
Tough game to start the picks. And thank God we got tough games and not them cupcakes you've been throwing at us. But listen, the thing with A-Meat 2 weeks ago when we did the game against Kentwood, here's what I took away. A-Meat started like a house of fire in that game. They went out 14-0 within the first, 4 or 5 minutes of that ball game. They were up 14-0. Should have been 21-0 if they would have got that backwards pass call correctly. Remember, that got took off the board, and Kentwood then found their footing and made it a game. Pine is legit, y'all. They're 5-1. They're no joke. And yeah, Ameet's got to go back there. But I saw enough holes in Ameet that I think they're going to come up a bit short. I'm going to go with the home team here in Pine. I'll take Pine to win this game.
All right. The next one, we're doing this for George. Buckeye at Bunkie. Bunkie. Bunkie is something serious this year. Bunkie, VK.
For Central Louisiana in itself, a rivalry in itself in Buckeye and Bunkie, but Bunkie is that team this year in Central Louisiana. Bunkie over Buckeye.
There really isn't a whole lot to say here, except that Bunkie, you looked at the power ratings, they're seventh. And that's a product of a schedule that really is, I don't want to say subpar, but not as strong as it needs to be for a team 6-0. But they are legit. They've got Kyle Johnson, they've got Dylan Compton. They're just a cohesive unit. They're just this train keeps rolling. The Panthers get it done. Bunkie Panthers beat the Buckeye Panthers. Bunkie wins this game.
All right. My good friend Devin says Bunkie. Also, D2 Spicy says Bunkie on Instagram. Livingston and Booker T. Washington. Livingston lost last week. I don't think we saw that happening. I forgot the team they played.
Landry.
Landry, yeah. They lost to Landry. Didn't see that happening. Does Livingston bounce back against Booker T. Washington? Yeah. Give me Livingston. Give me the Wolves. BK.
I'll take the Wolves as well. I think the Wolves will bounce back big time against Booker T. Booker T is still trying to get this other together. A team that's, they're competing, but I really think Livingston's going to bounce back after a shocking loss to Landry. But big ups going to Nick Foster getting his first one last week.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was a big win. Big win by Landry to get their footing right. I don't see the Lions doing anything this week. I think Devin Francois is going to have his team on point. Livingston gets the job done. Bounce back.
We're all going Livingston. Douglas got their first loss last week to Kentwood. Do they get back on the winning train against McMain? Yeah. Douglas over McMain, VK.
Douglas big on McMain.
All right. George Pepper.
Oh, wow. I'm about to drop this phone. Douglas should win big. McMain's still trying to get their footing about them. Brandon Walters is their coach, right? They're still suffering from the effects of last year, not playing again, not playing, and enrollment's down a little bit. Player participation is still down. Douglas, by as much as they want. And they were never winning against Kentwood last week. They'll bounce back in a big, big way this week. Douglas wins. Big.
All right. Douglas wins big. Devin says the same thing. Douglas. Instagram. D2 Spicy says Douglas. All right. All right, y'all. Big matchup in the Baton Rouge area. Well, it is in Baton Rouge. And they both have Baton Rouge in their names. Central traveling to Catholic. Central is in me and VK's top 5. Does Central travel to Catholic? Does David Seminole beat his old team for the first time? Does Wade Fuller beat his former boss again? Woo! VK, I thought long and hard about this one. It's tough, man. It's tough. But that team that I have, number 5 in my top 5, they going down. Catholic of Baton Rouge with the win. DK.
Well, this is a tough one too to pick and everything else, but I believe this Central team is not 6-0 for nothing. I'm taking the Central Wildcats over Catholic.
All right.
So I got to break this tie once again, right? I almost had Central in my top 5. I'm convinced in what they're doing, but it's the second half of the season. Games get more important. Catholic has done this repetitively. I think the Bears score a signature win to find some momentum. I think Catholic at home, and I was hoping, Jared, you were going with Central. I was like, man, this might be the game. I might get one game out of you, but doggone it, I'm going to take the Bears. I think it's a very good game, one of the better games on the lot, but Catholic finds a way late and gets a signature win.
All right. D2 Spicer says Catholic. Devin, Devin said Central. Shelby said Catholic. Okay. We're in the Baton Rouge area still, ladies and gentlemen. Denham Springs going to Dutch Town. Woo! Give me the Griffins of Dutch Town. I got Dutch Town.
I'm gonna go with the Griffins as well. Griffins go to 6-0.
George Peppers.
Make that a clean sweep, Dutchtown over Denham Springs.
All right. Everybody got Dutch Town. We're still in the Baton Rouge area. Saint Amand at East Ascension. And I never knew this was a big time rivalry. Did you know that, VK?
I think I know about. I think it is a big time rivalry because of how close they are. They're actually, I believe, 20 minutes from each other.
But the crazy thing is,
About 20, 25 minutes.
East Ascension by everybody. They across the interstate from Dutchtown. They close to Saint Amand, Prairieville right there. East Ascension like right in the middle of all of them.
Yes.
But yeah, I was reading online. They were saying, this is a big rivalry. Don't go to other people's houses and and do vandalism. I was like, whoa, sound like Hornville Destrehan back in the day, burning the turf and everything. Hornville Destrehan. I was like, whoa. MT said this is one of the biggest rivalries in the state. Man, I did not know this. I knew it was a. Go ahead, VK.
I knew it was a rivalry in itself, but I'm not surprised that this rivalry is as big as it is, especially with these two programs, especially being that close to one another.
Yeah. So who you got? You got Saint Amand?
Oh, you didn't pick yet
Oh,
yourself.
I thought I did. My bad. I got Saint Amand. I got Saint Amand. My bad.
Man, you know what? Santa Mar's been proving everybody wrong and everything. This is hard for me because, but you know what? I don't want to take too many risky picks because I'm trying to catch and trying to get my vengeance. You know what? Give me Brock Mathern East Ascension. Let me go with East Ascension. Give me Brock Mathern.
Go ahead, George.
Oh, yeah. Charles Allen, just know this before I pick. The sun shines on a squirrel's butt one time. So credit to y'all in winning. Just remember that quote and live with it. That's the only win you'll ever get against John Eric from here forth. That said, East Ascension is getting better as the season progresses. And Brock Mathern, if you want to announce yourself in a rivalry, this is the kind of spot you want to do it against a quality team at St. Amal. That's a good football team that's coming to you Friday night. Not much of a trip. What, 15, 20 minutes, I think y'all said? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they're going to burn grass or turf or whatever. Okay, whatever. You can have all that. Have your fun. Next year's coming. When we go to Yenny and bus y'all. I'm on VK's side here. I think Brock Mathern announces himself first year and gets a signature win against a quality football team. I think East Ascension pulls this off.
Wow, a lot of y'all going with Brock Mathern and them. Okay. Shelby say no, VK, you the radical one. Don't hesitate. Oh man. All right.
Well, they just attacking this
y'all
man.
Got East Ascension.
Yes, we do.
Y'all got East Ascension. I got Saint Amand. All right, good luck to y'all. Now this one here coming up. I'm sitting here like John Curtis defense has only allowed 55 points a game. 55 points total. Y'all do the math. Divide that by 6. I ain't doing all that. I know it's 9-point-something points a game. But they've only scored a total of 85 points. Y'all do the math. I think that's 12-point-something maybe. I don't know. I'm doing all that. Brother Martin just lost to Ed Carr. Who wins this game? I would feel more confident if Curtis could score some points. They're not putting up no numbers on the scoreboard. But their defense doing some work. Give me Curtis by a field goal. I'm going to go with Curtis by a field goal. VK.
You know what?
D2 Spicy says Brother Martin.
I hate to say it. Jared. I gotta agree with you. This is a big spot for John Curtis. I think their defense is one of the best in the state, and they're really that good. And I think their offense just does enough.
Oh,
Especially,
shit.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised if this game ends up to be 17-14 final score.
Yep, like Charles
So
said right there.
um exactly. I'm gonna go with the John Curtis Patriots as well.
GP.
Hmm. If they had an offense to go with that defense, that's a state championship contender. Simply put, that is a state championship contender. Not saying they can't because it's JG Curtis, and you never, ever, ever underestimate that man and what he could do, the wizardry he could pull off. But Brother Martin, still licking the wounds from that beatdown that Edna Carr put on him last week. That game was really never close at any juncture. Um, but Curtis's defense, man, 9.1 is the number that you're talking about, Jared. They have given up 55 points in 6 games. That's 9.1. I think that Brother Martin gets to 10, but Curtis wins 13-10.
All right, we all got Curtis. Let's go to the East Bank of St. Charles Parish. Captain Shreve is coming down to play Destrehan. Fellas, Jackson Fields is back at quarterback with Destrehan. So, the ball going to be slinging. And Captain Shreve doesn't have a defense. Can Destrehan defense make some stops and defeat Captain Shreve? I'm going with Destrehan. I think they get it done, VK.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think the Destrehan Wildcats, especially hearing the return of Fields, I expect this to be close early because Captain Shreve has really been playing some good ball, unless and except for the defense. But they've been playing some good ball. The 4-2 record, they're not 4-2 for nothing. But at the same time, I think Destrehan will get it done.
GP.
Tough non district game, right? I think we can agree. With the quality that Captain Shreve gives you offensively, but Jackson Fields' second start back, a little more comfortable. I think he's going to be slinging that football all over that defense. Take the under. If it's under 100, that might not be high enough. I think Destrehan wins a shootout. I think they win it. And, I teased this at the beginning about Honville Destrehan because Destrehan's got these kind of games to get them set up. They're going to be very dangerous for the rest of the year. Destrehan wins, I'd say, by 2 touchdowns. Destrehan.
All right. Now to the West Bank of St. Charles Parish. Central Lafourche traveling to Hornville. Central Lafourche 3-2, y'all. Whoa, watch out. Coming to Hornville to spoil their recreational night. Oh, man. That night would not be spoiled. Hornville Tigers.
I agree. I agree. It won't be spoiled. I think Hanville will win the game, but don't be surprised. It could be late first half to the second half. They'll make a run. Central Lafourche is a good team, and they have been proving it so far. So I'm gonna go with Hanville, but Hanville's gonna have to earn it. And like I said last week, and I was right. Central Lafourche pulled off that win. So
You
hey,
okay? You were right about Central
I,
Lafourche beating East St. John. You
yeah,
were right. I'll give you credit. 7-6. There you go.
hey, win is a win.
A
But at
win
the
is a
same
win.
time, I take Hanville, but I think Hanville will make a huge run to pull away from the second quarter or start the second half.
Spicy says Hornville. Go ahead, George.
Hornville, and name the number. I think Central Lafourche, admirably, has done well. But Hornville, what I saw last week, I said they had holes in some of that performance. They're going to dominate this game from jump, just like they did last week against Thibodeau. They're going to do it again. Central Lafourche is outmatched, outclassed. Greg Boyne, another winning district to keep pole position until Destrehan in week 9.
Good. Good. All right. Let's see what's yeah, it was a barn burner. East St. John and Central Lafourche, man. If you like defense, you
Mm-hmm.
had one that game. All right. Let's come to the West Bank of Jefferson Parish, ladies and gentlemen. East Jefferson
Oh,
in town to take on West Jefferson. The battle of West Bank and East Bank. Who gets the win? It won't be the West Bank, ladies and gentlemen. East Jeff with the win over West Jefferson. VK.
Gotta go with Coach Glover and East Jeff. They got some momentum coming on right now. Huge win against Bonneville last week. So I think East Jeff will take charge against West Jeff and still be in contention for the district.
All right. George Peppers.
the 3 losses that West Jeff has had this year have been where they don't score a point at all. They've been shut out 3 times. Don't think that's the case here, but East Jefferson and Coach Glover, I almost picked him last week because, just trying to find a way to make ground. And I said, no, let me not. It came back to bite me because they won. I would have, I took Bonneville against East Jefferson. We all did. But the Warriors get it done. East Jefferson, that's a legit improved football team. It's not really saying a lot in 8-5A, though, because that district as a whole is really subpar. But the Warriors beat the Bucks. Not a day will go by where I would pick West Jefferson in a football game, being an Everett alum.
D2 Spicy also picks East Jefferson. All right.
Hmm.
Big showdown. Big
Ooh.
district game. E.D. White at Lutcher. Does that E.D. White offense put some wear and tear on that Lutcher defense? Or does Lutcher just exposes that E.D. White defense for what it is? This is the toughest game for both teams this year. The Bulldogs of Lutcher will come out on top over E.D. White. Give me Lutcher. Let's go.
You fired up, bro. I like the firedness on that one. Collins Singh is gonna have his team ready to go. It's gonna be really, really a tight ball game going down to the wire in the fourth quarter. But I ain't gonna lie, Coach Dwayne Jenkins has Lutcher on a mission. I gotta agree with you, Jared. Give me those Bulldogs as well.
We got a couple of people saying E.D. White. Devin says E.D. White. DJ13 says E.D. White.
Mm,
All right. Go ahead, George.
that's a tight one.
TJ1 also said E.D. White will be in the Superdome, too, so we'll see about that. I don't know about that. Um, Lutcher has done this under the radar this year, and that's rare for a school that has won a lot. This year feels like they're doing it under the radar. They're going to announce themselves Friday night. They're going to be like, boys, if y'all listing state championship contenders, y'all might want to put us in that mix. I think Lutcher makes a statement Friday night and beats E.D. White by 10.
All right. We got some saying Lutcher by a field goal, Lutcher by 7. We all got the Lutcher Bulldogs. All right.
And you
Here
look
we
at
go.
it, in non-select Division Two. Lutcher is number 2 in the
Mhm.
power rankings, and also E.D. White is number 5 in the select Division Two.
All right. Knock him out, drag him out, dog fight, Shelby Bull. JB, take that spell off my boy. You took off. Yes, indeed. All right. Here we go. Let's go to Mandeville. The Hammond Tornadoes are coming to take on the Mandeville Skippers. Yeah, tornadoes do damage. They do a lot of damage. You heard me? But some kind of way, them tornadoes about to be skipped around like you never saw it before. Give me the Skippers of Mandeville.
Like I said, I love what Hammond was doing, but last week it took a screeching halt against St. Paul's. But then this is gonna be tough for them that they got to go on the road at Mandeville. I like what Hammond's doing, but give me Nate Shepard and them Skippers.
GP.
They're in my top 5, and there's really no debate tonight as to who I'm picking. They're going to win this game. Hammond got absolutely demolished last week to St. Paul's, 42-13 at home. Now they got to go to Skipper Stadium. I don't like their chances. Look, that Tornado team has improved. It's a good football team. Last week, I think, was an anomaly. They'll play better, but Mandeville and Nate Shepard, that dude is special, and they get it done. Mandeville.
All right. Let's go to formerly known as Berman Stadium. We're going to Morris Jeff Stadium. Jesuit Blue Jays coming in to take on the Edna Carr Cougars. Jesuit just beat St. Augustine. Nobody saw that happening except for Jesuit. the same this Friday night and beat Etna Car? Nah. Cougars at the car. That's who I got.
I will also have Carr, but I'm not gonna lie. Closer than the experts think. I think.
Too spicy says
I,
Cougars
I think.
also. Go ahead.
I think. Carr pulls away in the second half because I tell you, Jesuits are gonna be ready to play. Jesuit has 2 huge wins on their schedule, really 3. So I'm telling you, Jesuit will not be intimidated. They're gonna be ready to play, and they're gonna give Carr their best shot. But Carr will pull away in that second half and get it done. I got the Cougars.
All right. George?
Ryan Manali is a quality coach, isn't he? One of the premier coaches in our area. Preparation is not going to be an issue. This car team just looks like a locomotive. I mean, that train is going to be tough to stop. It's going to be hard to deny them what their true destiny may wind up being, and that's winning a state title. Every game in this league helps them get to that goal because they play teams that are not afraid of them, that are going to line it up and buckle up and let's go. Carr needs games like this to get to the playoffs, and they're going to get a test a little bit from Jesuit. I just think John Johnson is going to do damage in the second half, and Carr pulls away. I say they win by 17.
I said they win by 24.
Mm.
And just to let y'all know, Shaw is still the only school that has still scored the most points on in the car. All right, moving on.
21.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they scored 48. So
Hey, I didn't say what they scored. I said that out of all the teams, Shaw has
I'm
scored
just
the
throwing
most.
facts, bro.
Somebody's
Facts, dog.
Yeah, you do some facts, man. But you try to pour salt on the wound. You thought you was slick.
Pour gas on the fire too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm glad it's not me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I didn't tell him to be quiet either, like you did last night.
Yeah, he
You
was
scared of George now?
Huh?
You scared?
No,
No, I
man.
ain't scared, man. I just thought that was just like bad of you, man. Like God, George, be quiet. Like whoa,
I could be
wait. Whoa.
grouchy right now because an update: the Dodgers have a 2-0 lead in the third inning against the Mets right now. So,
Third.
Ooh.
Third.
yeah, still early. Oh yeah, still
Yeah,
early.
All right, here we go. Did Manali beat Carl when he was at De La Salle? I don't think so.
No,
I don't
not
think
that I
so.
recall.
Yeah,
Not
I
that I
don't
recall.
think so. Davion, no, we did not get to John Eric yet. But guess what, Davion? You're just in luck because that is the next game. John Eric at Bonneville. Eric needs to win out. They need some help above them. Can they beat the Bonneville Bruins? Their season is on the line as we speak. John Eric will win. They will win against Bonneville. Eric gets that second win. I got John Eric VK.
This right here.
D2 Spicy says Bonneville will beat John Eric. Okay.
This one is a roll of the dice. It's a straight roll of the dice, and I'm like this. I gotta catch Jared. I gotta get a good week. Don't let me down, Bruins. Bonneville.
All right. George Peppers.
You know, when you lose a game the way Eric did last week, the last 4 games of the season are what they call a gut check. How much character and resilience do you have? If the Patriots have it, this game should not be close at all. At all. If they have a gut check, if they have a spine, yes, I don't know about the somehow. Eric outclasses Bonneville at every turn as far as, top tier talent. Not top tier, but better talented, better roster. Bonneville got only 7 on East Jeff last week. Eric defense isn't great, but I think Eric handles business and they should win convincingly. If any other result happens, I will be absolutely stunned. Any result. That includes Bonneville winning. I don't see a way they can win it. I think Aaron handles business.
All right. Here we go. Ascension Episcopal taking on Vermilion Catholic. 6-0 and 6-0. Who do we have? Give me Vermilion Catholic. 6-0. 7-0.
Two really good programs and two really good coaches, but I'm gonna go with Vermilion Catholic as well. Well experienced, and they got a really good player in Dartez who can do it all.
Yep.
So I like Vermilion Catholic. Don't be surprised that take the over in this ball game. Take the over. It's gonna be a lot of points scored.
All right. Who you got, Mr. George?
That's right. Vermilion Catholic's a team on a mission. Remember 2 weeks ago what they did to Riverside? They hammered them in Laplace. That team has got it on their mind to finish what they couldn't finish last year. This is a very big step. They get it done. Vermilion Catholic at home gets it done over Ascension Episcopal. Good game, but VC better. Give me the home team.
All right. We all got Vermilion Catholic. Okay, let's see what the people in the chat got. The Screaming Eagles of Vermilion Catholic, says Devin. And DT Spicy said the pick too hard. It's a hard pick. All right. Legacy, Texas is coming into town. They played Brother Martin at their home, and Brother Martin won by 2 points. But they're coming now to Louisiana to play St. Charles Catholic. And St. Charles Catholic get their second win of the season over this Legacy, Texas school. I'm going to go with the Comets in another close one and get a win, maybe by a field goal. St. Charles Catholic, VK, is who I got.
I'm gonna go with the Comets as well. I think they'll pull off another win at home, and especially 2 straight momentum. It'll be big time momentum to get this win. 2 straight wins going into district. I like the Comets in a close one.
Did the Comets find themselves last week? They played their style of ball last week, and that's predicated on defense. Remember, the offense is still a work in progress. St. Charles Legacy, as you mentioned, played Brother Martin to a close one, lost by a field goal. Or what was it? 2 points, 3 points? You said. I think Wayne Stein finds a way to get it done here. Give me the Comets as well.
All right. TC, check your messenger, bro. I sent you something. I'm ready to give you your 2 minutes of fame to talk about the game this Friday. So check your messenger. Get you on here for 2 minutes. All you get is 2 minutes. All right, guys. Let's come back to the West Bank and Marrero. Walker is coming down to take on Archbishop Shaw. It is Archbishop Shaw's homecoming. Could Walker spoil Shaw's homecoming like Riverdale spoiled John Eric's? I don't think so. I think it's close in the first half. Second half, I think Shaw puts it away. Archbishop Shaw over Walker. VK.
Both teams has played a really tough schedule more than anything else. I think Coach Mahaffey is going to have his team ready to go. Should be an interesting fight. I think this game will go down the wire, but I think Shaw comes up big and wins it in the fourth quarter. I apologize, Shaw fans, from last week. And guess what? I'm going to go with the Eagles this week to win their homecoming.
He don't mean that, fans. He don't mean that. He don't mean that. He don't apologize. Man's a hater.
You don't mean it about Eric, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. Mm-hmm. But look, in this game, this is I don't know whose idea it was to schedule that team for homecoming. I mean, you're supposed to play somebody light on homecoming, but y'all scheduled Walker. I get it, and I said earlier, Shaw needs games like this to prep for the playoffs and get a deep run. Step 1 happens here. They get it done. Shaw over Walker.
All right. We all got Shaw over Walker. But D2 Spicy coming up here and say Walker gonna beat Shaw. Oh man, D2 Spicy. What? Man. Oh.
Tripping.
I ain't gonna say she tripping. Maybe she knows something we don't know. I ain't gonna say she tripping. But when Shaw wins, I'll let her know. I'll send her a message like, nah, we got you. Nah. All right. Yo, where is TC? I ain't waiting on TC. We getting close to that game. Calvary Baptist at Union Parish.
Mm.
Remember, Union won the Jamboree. Do they win the regular season? Nah. Calvary Baptist gets the win over Union Parish, VK.
I think Calvary Baptist will get it done this time, and they'll come out with the win. They're looking to get some momentum going forward, especially in the division in the district. And I think basically this game will decide the district championship. So Calvary Baptist.
George.
Once upon a time, I said this was one of the best teams in the state. I mean, I still think they're one of the elite teams, but they're not the best. Doesn't say anything about Union Parish, though. That's a good football team. Don't let the record fool you. That's a good team, and they're going to be dangerous. Give me the road team, though. The Cavaliers get it done. Wardell, James Mixon, James Dixon, uh, James Simon, and that receiving core gets it done. Calvary Baptist.
All right. We got Coach Flott in here from Riverdale, the defensive back coach and team's coordinator for Riverdale. He in the chat on Instagram. What's up, Coach Flott? Riverdale, like Coach Wallace Foster said. Why not Riverdale? Why not Riverdale? Just saying. All right. Hurry up, TC. Come on, what you waiting on? Waiting on you. Hit the link, bro. Let's go. Dude, I'm at your game. I mean, I'm ready to get you your 2 minutes of fame on the Hash It Out show. I want you to get all your talking in. So DJ13 went look it up. He said Manali beat Carr in 2017. That was Carr's only loss in 2017. Well, Carr had some injuries that game. Thanks, Coach Flott. Appreciate it. Oh, Duck. What's happening, Duck? I see you. I see you. All right, I ain't waiting on TC. Let's roll. McDonald 35 versus St. James. I'm gonna let George go first because him and DJ got this great friendship relationship. You know when they see each other, but right during the picks, they don't like each other. Go ahead, George.
I ain't gonna say all that though. I'm not gonna say any of that. But you mentioned exactly how that game went last Friday night, St. James and Shaw, and it was 14-14. That's Shaw. They're a different level than McDonald 35. This is more their speed. I think this is a competitive football game. I think the Run Eagles go in there and give a good accounting of themselves. But Levante Davis and that group, have they outperformed expectations? Because remember, they lost a ton off of last year's state finalists. They lost a lot of talent. Um, I can't see St. James losing 2 straight games in Vassar, but I do think it's close. St. James gets it done, but I think it's a touchdown spread. Wow, Austin Tyler saying 35 by 21. I think the Wildcats get it done, but it's close.
All right, VK, you all right, bro?
I'm good. I'm just checking some things out. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm a little
George,
tired
who you
myself.
pick? St. James.
St. James.
All right, go ahead, VK.
Close. I think it's gonna be real close. 35 is gonna really come to play and everything else. But I think St. James will get another big win under their schedule. And St. James, they're becoming more and more dangerous each and every week.
All right, he got St. James too, and I also got St. James. I got St. James winning a very close one, ladies and gentlemen, a very close one, 35.
I hate to say this, Jared. I hate to interrupt. DJ13 is absolutely right. That 2017 game, Edna Carr did lose that ball game 28-26 to De La Salle. That was their only loss of the season.
For sure. Props to DJ13. I got St. James too, the close one, a very close one. DJ13, yeah, playoff atmosphere. The best thing y'all can do, DJ13, is hop on them early and prevent that horn from playing. Because in the second half, I didn't hear that horn at all. Thank you, Shaw. Because the first half, that horn got on my goddamn nerves. But hey, shout out to St. James though.
What gets on your nerves more, that horn from St. James?
Don't you dare. Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare say it. You say that STM goddamn song, I will jump through this camera right now. I told, look, Brooke Adams, former running back for Archbishop Shaw, was on the sideline. And he said something about the horn. And I said, man, I will prefer that horn any time of the day over that STM song that kept playing over and over and it gave me nightmares for days. So
well, you hate the song. I love the song, and they play that on a couple college stadiums on third
yeah, I
down.
get mad when I hear it too.
No,
When I watch
no,
a college football game or a soccer game, I get mad.
Narco, gotta love it, man. It's
My
it's it's
son,
it's it's,
shut up.
it's awesome. They play it for the Nunez home runs, so I gotta love that. You know what I'm saying? But Jared hates it. I one time I kind of snuck it in on him when we was driving home, and he was like, "You better turn that stuff off right now.
All right.
I will wring your neck."
All right. While we still talking, St. James and McDonough 35, I'm gonna give my man 2 minutes to speak. That's TC Bazille.
Oh, we
What's
got
up?
all
What's up,
right.
TC? What's happening?
TC,
Man, we can't even hear you, bro. What's happening?
turn the mute off. We can hear you.
Man, TC, we cannot hear you, brother. TC, you ain't got nothing with your with speakers. I'm looking at the thing. There's nothing with a speaker for you, bro.
Put your mic on.
Log out, log back in, TC. Log out, log back in. Try it again, man. You might not want to talk, bro. It might be the football guys probably telling you don't speak, TC. Stay quiet.
And I can
All right,
hardly
here we
see him
go.
too.
Here we go. All right, let's move on. Let's see if we get it fixed. We give one more shot. Neville and Rustin, ladies and gentlemen. Neville was leading the Jamboree game until they threw a pick six. That's how they lost. Neville's going back to Rustin. Can they knock off the top dog in Division One non-select? Not this time. Rustin Bearcats with the win. I got Rustin by 10 probably.
Neville trying to like we mentioned about Neville, West Monroe, and Washington trying to get their lick back, trying to get their big brother status back. But Rustin survived it last week. Now going against Neville should be an interesting game. Should be a tough ball game going into the fourth quarter. But I got the top dogs in the Bearcats. Give me the Bearcats getting it done, coming up big in the fourth quarter.
D2 Spicy also says Rustin. There go my boy, Jackson Fields. There he is. That's my boy right there. My boy is back. He's playing again. And they got Captain Shreve, and we all picked Destrehan to defeat Captain Shreve. What up, Jackson Field? Glad you're back on the field, man. Glad you're healthy enough to be back on the field, bro.
I guess you can start a winning team now. You got Jackson Fields, and last year was what was that quarterback from Curtis?
Dagan
Bruno. I guess
that's my team from last year, man. I gotta get a whole new team this year.
I guess you're gonna have to start a new little team called JV's Guys. He picks that.
That's what it's called. JV's Guys. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, he picks that one player. Like, man, that's my guy right there. I'm like,
Sheldon, look. Sheldon, we coming. we are there. Destrehan November 1st. We are there. Destrehan Hornville. We are there. I want it to be like back in the day. Everybody was there, standing room only. We are there November 1st. We will be on the sideline. All right, and there you go, Shelby saying they already invited us. All right, back to the games. Here we go. Where are we? West Wash.
Wait, hold up. I didn't pick the game.
Oh, you didn't pick? My bad. I'm sorry.
Damn, bro. You're not only game saving, you're cheating me out of a pick, sir.
Oh, man.
But I got an idea. VK. I got an idea for you Friday, but I'm not going to say it now. Neville Rustin. One of these teams is going to exit our top 5 next week. It ain't going to be the home team. Rustin gets it done.
All right, Rustin gets it done. We all go Rustin across the board. All right, West Monroe at Washington. Whose phone is buzzing? It ain't mine. Is it yours, George? West Monroe at Washington. Washington lost to Rustin by 1 point. Do they pull this off? And they're at home. I think the Rebels of West Monroe bounce back and get a close win, VK. I got the Rebels of West Monroe.
It's a tough one. This is definitely a tough one to pick. You know what? Washita looking for a signature win, and I think they get it. They get it at home, close game. I'll take Washita in a bounce back, comeback signature win.
All right. George Peppers.
Huh. Don't let that result fool you. Ruston and Watchdog play that game 10 times. Ruston wins that thing convincingly. Last week was just, to me, an anomaly. West Monroe played Alexandria tough. They stayed with them until late. I'm not a whole believer in the Rebels as far as where they can be, but I do think in this matchup they're better than Ouachita, and I think the Rebels get it done by a touchdown.
All right. Lafayette Christian going to Notre Dame. Who gets the win? Not Notre Dame. Lafayette Christian defeats Notre Dame. Give me LCA.
You got LCA in this one. This is Division 3, isn't it? Yes, it is Division. It's an interesting game here. And you look at it, it's very tight in the. They're actually 8 and 9 in the power rankings.
Yep.
Should be an interesting ball game. And I should go with Lafayette Christian, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Notre Dame, they looking for that big signature win. And I believe in the Pios. Give me the Pios. Close one over LCA.
And D2 Spicy also says Notre Dame. Oh, okay, y'all. Go ahead, George Peppers. They got Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has been known for what? Defense, defense, defense. But when you look at the games that they have partook in this year, they have been gassed. This is not even close to what they used to be. Not even. It is such a far cry. Lafayette Christian announced themselves last week. They sent a message to the new school, said, look, y'all might be the new dogs. But guess what? We still run Lafayette. And they popped them. Look, I like Lewis Cook. I think he's one of the great coaches ever. You know, they've won a ton at Notre Dame, but I think he knows his team is a far cry from what they were. Lafayette Christian gets this done by 10.
Let's remember
Actually, by 14.
Lafayette Christian gave Central all
They did. Should
all
have won that game.
Yeah. All right. We are now at our last pick. Rummel at St. Augustine. St. Augustine on a 2-game losing streak. Man, like, what happened since the car lost? Did the confidence just shatter? Has self-esteem going down? What has happened to St. Augustine, a team that we say can get to the dome? And now Rummel comes to town? The question for Rummel is Norman Taylor playing? He dressed out last week but didn't play. So he is injured. But is he healthy enough to play this week? That is the question on my mind. Because if Norman Taylor isn't playing, guess what? Rummel will have a hard time passing the ball. Because there's no running game. But if he is playing, that changes everything. But I think something wakes up inside of the Purple Knights of St. Augustine. Something wakes them up and they say, hey, we got to bounce back. We're not having what happened last year. Give me the Purple Knights defeating the Rummel Raiders in a close window.
Expect this one to be very close in itself too. You know, Rummel looking to stay within the district race more than anything else. I tell you, you know, I really think, and you look at this week, it's a huge week for both teams, especially for St. Aug. And you have to think St. Aug, a lot going on this week. For one, they are doing their opening tomorrow of their new athletic facility, which is done. They're doing the ribbon cutting tomorrow morning, which I will try to get out there tomorrow and get some content for the Hash It Out show and get some interviews. So that is going to be huge in itself. Also, this is St. Augustine's homecoming, and they're trying to get their second homecoming win against Archbishop Rummel, which they have played. They played them, I believe it was three. Let me get this right. 2 years ago. So I'm like, this should be a close game. It will go down in the fourth quarter. I think the Purple Knights wake up and they get the win on Saturday afternoon over Rumble. Give me the Purple Knights.
Exactly, Austin. That's why I said if Norman Taylor for Rumble isn't playing, this may not wind up good for St. Augustine. Go ahead, GP.
If Taylor plays, the Raiders have a real big shot. Running game is a subpar running game, really, to be honest. Defensively is where Rumble's going to live, though. Um, I worry about St. Aug's mental acumen coming into this game. You know, losing the way they did against that Dakar, they got thoroughly whipped. They had a chance to make it close, but a pick in the end zone that was brought back. You were at the game, Jared. And then last week against Jesuit, they lost from in front. They lost that game from in front. Jesuit rallied late to grab that. I worry about the faculties of St. Augustine upstairs. I think their quality is there. I still believe they're a very good football team, but that scares me enough. And I know we're picking this on Wednesday night, and Norman Taylor is he's a very important piece for that Rumble offense because if he does go, where they're going to find points? Can that defense turn St. Aug's mistakes into points? And Aug doesn't really turn the ball over a ton. Um, I'm having a hard time picking this one. I really am because I don't know if Mr. Taylor's going to play. I'm going to gamble that he is, and I'm going to go with the visitors, Rummel, in a very tight game.
All right. Before we go, I do want to go over the power ratings, guys, so everybody can see the power ratings. And I'm going to start with Division One non-select, so everybody can see it. All right. So let me go share the screen, bring it back. All right, there y'all see it right there. Division One non-select. The top 8 teams, the top 4 teams in Division One non-select or non-select period gets a bye. And as you see, it's Ruston, Central, Neville, and Airline. That's your top 4. Neville and Ruston will play each other. Parkway, Mandeville, Hornville, Zachary, all fighting to get up to that top 4. You see Southside, Sam Houston. But when you look at this list, VK, who do you think can make a move up the rankings on this list?
Well, this is an interesting list in itself. I really think when you look at this, I think Mandeville will have a great chance to move up a little more. I think Hanville has a great chance. And I'm going to even say Dutchtown. I'm even going to say Dutchtown has a great chance of moving up. A couple of experienced teams who have been there, done that. But if Hanville comes out and wins their district, they're going to get a big push in itself. So I really think those teams have a chance to get closer and move up, possibly maybe top 4. We'll see what happens because we know that Neville or Ruston, either one could. I don't think Ruston's going to go down that far if they lose. But at the same time, with Neville, they probably could go out the top 4. Airline, right? The way it's looking for Airline right now, they control their own destiny. They control their own destiny. If they finish the season undefeated, they'll probably stay within the top 4 and finish within the top 4. So, but I believe it's Hanville, Dutchtown, and Mandeville.
All right. Who you think, George Peppers?
2 of the 3 teams I agree with recame Mandeville and Dutchtown. Both teams were summer finalists last year. Both teams bring a lot back. And I think they both feel like they're underappreciated. I mean, Mandeville made a statement last week with a very good win against Covington, who was undefeated previously into that game. Dutchtown continues to slog along and do well. You know, the hype is about Central and when will Catholic get going? Dutchtown is almost forgotten. I think those are the two teams I would be zeroing in on. Hahnville, I agree. I am very high on Hahnville, but are they ready to make that big push in year one? I think they will impact. They could get to Thanksgiving, but I feel like that's their ceiling this year. I think Thanksgiving, meaning the quarterfinals. I think that's Hahnville's ceiling. You mentioned airline, and we wouldn't be having this discussion if they had a defense, but they don't. So I don't know. Maybe they're if they catch the right bottom seed, maybe they go out. We'll see. But we'll see with the power ratings and all that stuff. But for me, give me the Skippers and the Griffins are the two teams I would be looking to make a run.
All right. Well, for me, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think HL Bourgeois and Central Lafourche will struggle with the rest of their schedule a little bit. Westgate, to me, the rest of their schedule is winnable. 4 games: Rain, North Vermilion, Northside, Como. Those are games Westgate should win. Westgate should be 7-2 when it's all said and done, and they should be a little bit higher in the seeding. So my only answer is Westgate. Definitely, I can definitely see Hornville moving up, Mandeville. I can see it, but Westgate schedule is favorable for them. 7-2, Westgate moving up in the rankings. All right, let's go to Division Two non-select. The same occurs. Franklinton, Lutcher, Bell Chase, number 3, y'all. Watch out for the Cardinals in Division Two non-select as they are no longer in Division One non-select. Lakeshore, Franklin, Parish, Plaquemine. Uh, VK, same question. On who do you think on this list can move up?
Looking at this list, I think Franklin Parish has a great chance of moving up more than anything else. Franklinton having a great year. North DeSoto could get there as well. Their team they build some momentum. They could definitely move up a little bit more than anything. So I really think outside of some of these teams here, I really think it could be North DeSoto moving up, and it could be maybe Franklin Parish getting that chance to move up in the top 4.
GP.
Talking about Division Two non-select, right?
That's right.
Okay. As I look at the list, man, VK, you got this market cornered with 1 and 3. President of the Belchase fan club, and of course, big fan of the man running Franklinton. Um, I always want to try to put Iowa in there, but you know, every time they're expected to be that deep team, they slip up. The team I would watch for is the team sitting at number 9. If they could climb up a few more spots, I think North DeSoto could be a major problem for some people in these playoffs coming up. With the offensive propensity that they have, with Dennis Dunn as their head coach, this is a team that's setting up for a very nice run. Another team to watch, Jennings. I think Jennings is a team that has a real opportunity too as well. So give me North DeSoto and Jennings.
Okay, I hear y'all. But I'm calling y'all crazy if y'all don't think this team that is seated number 17 ain't about to move up in the rankings. Your defending state champs for Division Two non-select, the Opelousas Tigers. Bam! They gonna move up. They gonna host a first round game, and they are still the favorites to win Division Two non-select. Give me Opelousas Tigers moving up. Big game next week against Cecilia. You know how that's about to be. But yeah, Opelousas is gonna move up. Now, Division Three non-select. VK, George, Erat making a statement this year, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Westlake making a statement. There's St. James, Pine, Lakeside, Gina, Sterlington, Kinder, Union Parish. That makes your top 9. All right. Who moves up, VK?
Where I'm seeing right here, you thought Division 4 was wide open. Division 3 is wide open when you have teams like an Erath and a Westlake who has never been as deep as maybe the quarterfinals.
Oh, wait. Westlake got to the Dome some years ago. I was there. They lost,
Westlake,
though.
Westlake got to the Dome. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I apologize.
You
I,
good?
I had to look at the history. All right. But one of the few times that Westlake has ever made it. But you look at it, I would not be surprised. Like, St. James in good position, regardless of the fact to be a top four. I think Union Parish will have a chance to move up. And hey, the most scariest team in this Division 3, and I'm shocked where they are right now, Oak Grove. Oak Grove, who has all the experience you asked for and experience a defending state championship team. I think Oak Grove is going to make a big push.
George.
VK took the words right out of my mouth, but the only thing that concerns me about Oak Grove is the up in class. This is they have not played at this level. They've been beaten up on the bottom level, the Division fours of the world. How do they fare up against this level of competition? You look at a team like St. James, they're young. I don't think they're dome ready yet. Erath and Westlake, I'm going to have to do some looking on those two teams and take a look at them. Sterlington, yeah, they had the close loss to Neville. How do they get it together down the stretch? Union Power, I mean, there's a bunch of teams here. It's wide open. Um, but, if I had to zero in on a team, I'm going to go with Sterlington. They're seventh. They've played a really good schedule, and I think they're set up for a pretty good run. Sterlington is mine.
I'm with VK. Oak Grove, 5-1. They're gonna move up some more spots. So
And,
give me Oak Grove.
and I get what you're talking. I get what you're saying, George. But you're saying the lack of experience playing in that level. But I strongly disagree. You have a lot of young teams in that division. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. It's the fact if you are the defending champs, and you have multiple starters. The only team that worries me with Oak Grove is Union Parish, and that's it. I don't see anybody else. Maybe St. James, because I think St. James playing in that environment is going to be something different for them to experience. But everything else, I think they're capable of going and doing a lot of damage. Westlake has proven that they have that experience being in a top seed, being in a dome. So I can see something with Westlake trying to make a statement. Everybody else, Erath, and Erath is usually one or two and out. So I'm just being honest. I don't see a world beater on this Division 3. That's why I'm like Oak Grove. It depends on where they at. It depends on the draw. If they get within maybe Union Parish, might be trouble for them. St. James might be trouble, but if it's outside, Oak Grove has a great chance to get into the dome.
All right, Division 4, non-select. South Plaquemines, number 1. North Iberville, who we had their head coach on the show last night, Joshua Gass. They're number 2. Generette 3, Welch 4, West St. John 5, DeQuincy 6, Faraday 7, General Trask 8, Haynesville number 9. Remember, the top 8 will get the top 4 in non-select will get the buys. VK, who's moving up?
Haynesville.
Ah,
I
Haynesville.
think Haynesville is definitely gonna make the move up. I think it depends on what happens these next 2 weeks. West St. John has a great shot at cracking this top four. It depends on what happens these next 2 weeks. They have the Hash Out Show game of the week against Riverside on Friday, and then they go to St. Martin's. This could be huge for West St. John if they pull off this win on Friday, controlling their own destiny. That could help move them up. If they don't get to the top four, they'll probably stay within the top 10, especially with the schedule that they play. But definitely West St. John, Haynesville, and I would not be surprised Magnum could make a move as well.
George.
I see what VK's talking about with West St. John. I think if they split the next two, if they lose, let's say they lose to Riverside and beat St. Martin's, they could hold their spot at 5 because of the strength of schedule and the points that will entail in that. And VK, you hit one right on the nose. Mangum could be one of those sneaky teams. I don't know if this is one of their better teams though. Haynesville has the pedigree. Of course, they got dusted in the Superdome last year by Oak Grove. That was a colossal beating they took in that game. North Iberville, you talked about we had Coach Gast on last night. I worry about the playoff seasoning, but you know what? They might forget that they're this good and just find their way to the dome. Um, I
And who
think
you got
Faraday.
moving up? Who you got moving up, man?
I'm gonna throw another team in the mix. Faraday.
All right, he got Faraday.
That's a rebound team that could do some damage late.
All right, cool. I have Haynesville. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving on to Division One Select. The top 8 gets a bye in Select. 24 teams go, not 28. 28 in non-select, 24 in select. Edna Carr, number 1. Acadiana, 2. Turley's Catholic, 3. Rummel, 4. Alexandria, 5. Brother Martin, 6. Catholic, 7. Bird is 8. Who do y'all have moving up on this list? Who you think's going to move up? Go ahead,
Ooh,
BK.
man, I'm taking a look at this, and this is like so airtight all the way down. I'm gonna say CE Bird. I'm gonna definitely say CE Bird, especially if they win their district. I think CE Bird, like I mentioned last year, when you have programs that have rare dry years, they had a rare one last year, and like I said, programs like that they only get one bad year, and they come back with a vengeance. If they win the district, I think they will crack into the top 5 or move on up. I think, and I believe and to me, that's really the only team. Curtis might make a way. Maybe Jesuit. I'm gonna say really St. Paul's could have a great chance of moving up if they win the rest of the way. But you know, my top choice of maybe making a big move is Seabird.
Who you got, George?
We forget about the team that has won a bunch of state titles in a row, St. Thomas More. People are going to look at 3-3 and say, I told you you're going to struggle. Told you they're going to struggle. And they're in Division One. They're figuring things out. That's a team, and I will never, ever underestimate Coach Hightower. But also, JT Curtis at 17. If their offense, like I mentioned when we did the picks, if John Curtis had an offense to match that defense, they'd be a lot higher than 17. But give me St. Thomas More to make a run in these playoffs.
Yeah, give me St. Thomas More also. The toughest game they have left on their schedule is against Turley's Catholic, which will be for the district championship. I got STM. They're going to be a higher seed than where they are right now. Give me STM also. I'm with you, George. Division 2 Select. University 1, Shaw 2, Vanderbilt Catholic 3, Haynes 4, Edie White 5, Madison Prep 6, Leesville 7, Frederick Douglass 8. Before I ask y'all for y'all individual picks, I think we all can agree John F. Kennedy will still wind up hosting a first round game. Do we all agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means Kennedy has to finish in the top 16. That they will. They are number 20. John F. Kennedy gonna be some bracket busters. I'm telling you now.
Not mine.
What?
Ooh. Ooh. Wow.
I mean, listen. I think Kennedy. I think the world of John F. Kennedy. I might just go brazen and pick them a long way.
Hmm.
I might just do it. But the other team to pay attention to, y'all, especially if they win this week, St. Charles. Maybe they've grown up. The Terrebonne game showed a lot of character and a gut check, right? And they got the job done against the Terrebonne team that we all think is very good, right? That's the same Terrebonne that beat Destrehan. Um, let's see if they were to run that game back. I feel like other than St. Charles and Kennedy, the rest of the class is top heavy. I think University Lab and Shaw and Edie White, maybe Madison Prep, but other than that, Vanderbilt Catholic, uh, Kennedy and St. Charles are the two teams I'm looking to move up.
BK?
Well, yeah, St. Charles could be one of the teams to move up, and yeah, another team I think that could move up. I will watch for the Struma. The Struma is really coming along, and they're
Hmm.
really starting to rebuild back up there in Baton Rouge. So I like what the Struma's doing. Douglas is, I mean, this is unbelievable that they're they're number 8 in the power rankings. So that is huge for Coach McLeod and his team. And also Haynes could finish in the top 4. They finish undefeated, but at the same time, I think Edie White might wind up popping Haynes and going right to number 4 because Edie White has a better district. So we'll just see what happens going forward with that. But I really think it could be Estroma. It could be Edie White cracking through. Livingston might make a move itself too.
Um, I'm thinking with John Kennedy. That's just it. St. Charles probably gonna make a move, but John F. Kennedy definitely gonna be hopping over some of these teams. Give me John F. Kennedy. All right, Division 3 select. Here we are. Dunham 1, Newman 2, Episcopal 3, Jules Sumner 4, Pope John Paul II 5, Calvary Baptist 6, Bunkie 7, LCA is number 8, Notre Dame is number 9. When you look down the list, ladies and gentlemen, VK, who you got moving up?
I definitely have if Pope John Paul. It's gonna be even down the line, but if Pope John Paul wins the district and finishes undefeated, I think they might crack number 4. I think they might crack that 4th spot. So it could be a good chance for Pope John Paul. Probably one of the best seasons maybe ever in their school history. And also you look at Bunky that could move up. And if A Meat can get a huge win against Pine, they could move up as well.
All right, GP.
Again, we're going to forget about the team that's been to the Superdome 7 straight years. Don't know if they'll get there this year, but they're starting to find their groove. Lafayette Christian, 8, is a team that can move up. I agree with DK on Amy that they can, if they, especially if they beat Pine. But I'm going to go New Orleans on this other pick. De La Salle, after an early struggle, I feel like the Cavaliers are going to right the ship a little bit and gain some momentum. I think that's a team that could climb up into the safe zone of hosting a first round game and maybe making an impact in these playoffs. I think De La Salle's a team, Coach Jarrett, to pay attention. But LCA is the one team I'm really zoning in on in this second half of the year.
I'm right there with you. I think Lafayette Christian beats Notre Dame and they go on to win their district. That'll help them move up a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And then De La Salle wins out. Hear me out. They win out, but but and the game that has the but is the game with Kennedy. That's the one that will be determined for the district championship. I think De La Salle wins every game, but then we find out who wins between them and Kennedy. So De La Salle is definitely gonna move up. All right, last one, and we out of here for the day. We're done with the show. Division 4 select, and this is gonna be competitive. Vermilion Catholic, Ascension Catholic. That's the two that do not play this week. It's Ascension Episcopal that plays Vermilion. Catholic and Point Coupe, Ascension Episcopal 4th. Covenant Christian out of Homer, number 5. St. Frederick, there's Kentwood, St. Edmund, Central Catholic, Riverside, St. Martin's, Westminster Christian, Southern Lab, Opelousas Catholic, Washita Christian. Oh boy, here we go. VK, who's moving up?
Well, if Washita finishes undefeated, they definitely is going to move up. The Southern Lab is another one, but I ain't gonna lie. Whoever wins the district between Southern Lab and Kentwood is going to get a nice boost going up. So that those two teams could have a chance in itself. If Riverside wins out, they could move up too. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Division 4.
George.
Who won this title last year? Southern Lab, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Why are we ignoring them? They always schedule tough, and the record is so deceptive. I think the Kittens are going to run things here in Division 4, get a big playoff run. Maybe we see them in the Dome the second weekend of December. Remember, that was a young football team last year. They didn't graduate a bunch, they graduated some. but that's still a very hardcore football team that could do a lot of damage. Kittens, my pick.
Okay, good pick. I'm with you on that when the kids can move up. But I think Washington Christian, like VK says, they're gonna move up for sure. 15 for
Look at
right
their
now.
schedule.
I understand that schedule. I get it.
No. The last part. They play Beekman Charter this week, then Mangum, Faraday, Oak Grove. So yes, they will absolutely move up if they win those three.
Okay, gotcha. That's what you thought. The district, cool. I'm thinking a non-conference schedule. I got you, brother. Cool down. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Washington Christian, I think they definitely move up. Them and Oak Grove now in the same district. They do not like each other. That's two schools that don't like each other. But hey, they'll be battling for the district. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our show. We are back here next Tuesday. We already got a guest confirmed for next Tuesday. VK, you want to spill those beans?
Yes, I do. Tuesday night we will have Mandeville head coach Craig Jones joining us on the show to talk about the Mandeville Skippers.
There you go. Craig Jones will join us next week. We're going to try to get another guest for Tuesday. And we might have another special guest for Wednesday or next week. We'll see. We'll let you know. But Hash It Out Show Game of the Week. West St. John versus Riverside. Make sure y'all tune in. It's on my YouTube page, JB the Sports Guy. Other than that, another week of high school football starting tomorrow with a couple games. Oh, and you got the Saints with Sean Payton coming back into town to get a win on the Saints. But before we get out of here, VK Jones, got any last words?
Oh man, I tell you, thanks for the support, everybody. We definitely appreciate it, and you know, uh, be careful out there tomorrow night. I'll be one of the people that's going out there to check out Sean Payton's return. So, very fortunate that a friend of mine is called me up, had a little extra ticket. So I'm gonna
Thank you,
go
D.
and enjoy the game and everything. But at the same time, everybody have a great weekend. Also, it's homecoming weekend, a huge homecoming weekend. Archbishop Shaw, St. Augustine, Southern University,
St. James.
St. James as well with their homecoming. Everybody have a happy homecoming this week. Enjoy it. Don't drink and drive, and have a good time out
George.
Rashid Shaheed is out for the year. I think he's going to be out for the year. Torn meniscus, having it operated on. So the Saints, as if they didn't need any more bad news, they
Hey,
got it today.
yeah. See, meniscus used to be
there. Wow.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Now
well,
they treat it like an ACL injury now. They
exactly.
think
So they're going to
they
be
do it
very
like
careful with it. And I don't know if you guys saw
Man.
one of our great friends go off on Mickey Loomis. I sent you guys the audio, the video on our chat.
I'm gonna
Matt
check it out.
Moscona he just went
Oh,
in
I
on
saw
Mickey
it.
Loomis.
Yeah, I saw it. I
Ooh.
saw it.
That
Yeah.
was and to this. And look, I don't want to bring it. I mean, Mickey said some stuff today that I think it was today that was completely borderline silly. I know the premise of what he was trying to say, but it came out way, 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 way wrong. But first team to 14 tomorrow night, VK. I mean, you're going to see probably one of the ugliest games offensively in the dome this week, maybe this year. And
Uh,
I feel it. I feel it for the Saints fans. I do. The great start, and then they've lost 4 in a row. And for those of you that want Dennis Allen out, if it doesn't happen after tomorrow, it's not happening until the end of the year. Book it.
It ain't happening.
it ain't. I'm just going to have a good time, win or
Oh
lose.
yeah.
It's a rarity that you
Yeah.
go to a Saints game. It's a rarity. So
It is.
I went there last year. Somebody surprised me for my graduation gift. So I'm being surprised again. So hey, I'm going to enjoy
So
a good experience in the dome. That's it.
so
South
we're gonna bet
Plaquemines
the
is
Broncos.
home too. Wow.
That it is.
South
But so we
Plaquemines
could bet
home too. Yeah.
we could bet the Broncos tomorrow night since we can't be in the building. Jared, you might jinx the
Yeah.
Saints.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm kidding when I
Yep.
say that.
Put your money on the
Mhm.
Broncos.
Minus 2.5, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good bet, D.
Hmm.
All right, everybody. That is it for our show. We're back on Tuesday night. Like I said, catch us Friday night with the Hash Out Show game of the week, West St. John versus Riverside. Um, Other than that, if you see me Thursday at a high school game, holla at me. Don't know if I'm going to one, but if I happen to go, just holla at me. Saturday, I don't know, but if you see me, holla at me. Other than that,
I'll
George
let
Peppin,
all of us.
yeah, holla at them too. I'll at them too. He's going to the Saints game Thursday. See, you know, you wouldn't. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, you might see him in the Saints game. Y'all go. Whatever. Yes. Holler at all of us, ladies and gentlemen. Holler at all of us. Yeah, definitely. VK, if you don't holler at VK, you know he gonna point that finger in your face. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. He gonna point the finger in your
Exactly.
face. If y'all break it, I will laugh. All right. Other than that,
Damn, that's cold.
they gonna feel threatened.
Wow.
But VK Jones, y'all, for George Peppers, I am JB the Sports Guy. We see you here Tuesday night, right here on the Hash It Out Show. Y'all take care.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area, move. Clear my area. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Head boys basketball coach at Bonneville High, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show. Go Bruins.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out Show. Please like, subscribe, and comment.